Hello everyone, or I guess I could say good morning. I am out here at 9:30 on this freezing cold December morning. I have my coffee to help keep me warm, and welcome to Humble Heart Horsemanship. My name is Sabrina. My horses are behind me. The Palomino over there is Gemini, and that's Gunner, who's currently leaving the scene. Obviously, grazing on grass is more important than YouTube videos, but that's okay. We will watch the majestic beast go on out. Or maybe they're gonna come over for a little hello. Hi, Jemmy. Oh, wow. We want to say hi. He's like, yeah, put me in the video. Hi, Jemmy. Yeah, you want to go out? You want to go out? I have their gate to their pasture out here closed just because I'm trying to do like minimal grazing so they don't overgraze it. But they're like asking me to go out, which I will turn them out soon, but I gotta make this video first. Anyways, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my core horsemanship beliefs and practices that have helped me tremendously in my horsemanship journey. These beliefs and practices are at the core of what I do, and I thought it would be fun to share them with you. And if you guys would like to share with me any of your horsemanship beliefs and practices in the comments below, make sure that you leave a comment for me. I really enjoy reading them. And without further ado, let's get on into those beliefs and practices. I think this whole video is just going to be Gemini coming up to say hi because he's very, very friendly and he loves attention, as you can tell. Hi! Oh look, we're sporting some hay. A little accessory. He's real cute, isn't he? The first one is that horses will tell you what discipline they want to participate in. We all know that horses are incredibly good at showing us how they feel. You know, we can read their face expressions, we can look at their ears, we can just look at their overall behavior and tell whether the horse is enjoying its job or not. And I think that as a rider and owner, it's up to us to participate in different disciplines and try different things with our horse to figure out what thing they excel at and what they enjoy doing. Also, if you have a horse that isn't suited for the type of discipline that you want to participate in, and that's what you only want to do, usually it's in the horse's best interest to rehome it to a person that will use it for the discipline that they enjoy participating in. So for example, when I got Gunner, the sorrel guy over here, he was an ex-barrel racing horse, and he is not a huge fan of arena work. He thinks figure eights, circles, serpentines, all of those things are super boring, and he is much happier when he's out on the trails. He is a trail horse at heart, and he is one hell of a trail horse too. He is so trustworthy, sure-footed, and just so fun to ride on the trails, and that's what he really enjoys doing. Hi again, friend. And because Gunner doesn't enjoy arena riding, I don't do a lot of arena riding with him. In fact, I turned him into a trail horse, and I used him primarily for trails, and every once in a while I'd ride him in the arena if I couldn't ride him out on the trails. But I learned, oh my gosh, that's scary. Yeah, you heard your name? Gunner heard his name. This is Gunny. As a rider and owner, it's up to you to figure out what your horse enjoys doing. And then Gemini here, I just got him in August. And so I'm starting right now to figure out what discipline that he would like to be a part of and what discipline that he's going to excel at. So far, I'm thinking Western pleasure and trail, and I'm planning on showing him in the next few years. But anytime you get a new horse, it's so exciting and fun to figure out what type of discipline they're going to excel at. And that's what I'm figuring out with Mr. Gemini here. The next one on my list is that groundwork and countless hours under saddle are what make a good, trustworthy horse. I'm sure you've heard it before, but we cannot expect our horses to be good unless we dedicate the time to turning them into good, trustworthy horses. All horses benefit from groundwork because it's the idea that if your horse doesn't feel like they can trust you and that you are a leader on the ground, under saddle, it's not going to be any different, and you're going to have a horse that's not listening to you, is not respecting you, and is not a fun horse to ride. So groundwork definitely comes first, and then you need to spend countless hours under saddle developing the horse into the type of horse that you want to ride and own. I'm sure you've heard of this next one, but it's if you fall off, you must get back on. I was taught from a really young age that regardless of the reason why you fell off, if your horse was being naughty, or if you fell off because you just lost your balance and it was a rider's error, you always want to get back on the horse. The main logic behind this is that if you fall off and you don't get back on, your horse can learn bad habits. They can figure out that if they do that naughty behavior again, they are going to have the rider off its back, and then life is easier for them. And they'll say, oh, every time I spook, bolt, or buck, the rider comes off and I don't have to work anymore. I'm gonna do that every time. Or for the rider, it's more or less like if you fall off and you don't get back on, usually a fear will grow around getting back on the horse, and it makes your riding more difficult as you move on from the fall or the accident that you had. You also want to show your horse that they can still trust you after a fall, and so getting back on, asking for the same thing again, and being a leader for your horse is so important. Of course, if you're seriously injured or hurt, don't get back on. It's just that if you fall off and you're not seriously hurt or injured, definitely get back on your horse and try again. I probably have a list like this long of times that I've fallen off of horses and I've had to get back on again, whether the horse spooked or whether the horse bucked or whether the horse bolted, and I've always got back on every single time, except for one time when I had fractured my tailbone and I couldn't physically sit on the horse and I didn't get back on. But it is one of the hardest things that every equestrian has to learn, is to get back on, and those moments can be very terrifying and very scary. So don't forget to deep breathe, go through it slowly, get back on. Even if you just sit on your horse and you walk like a lap or two, that's good enough if you feel like you can't do more. Number 3 is that rest is a reward for your horse. When I'm working with my horse and I'm asking for something and the horse has done it well, I allow the horse to rest, and rest can just mean stopping or walking slowly, okay? So for example, yesterday I cantered Gemini here for the first time in 3 months, and we did a lap each direction, and he pulled no funny business. He didn't buck, he didn't bolt, he didn't do anything. And it was still a fast canter, but we cantered and we survived, right, Jemmy? And I was so proud of him. So when he gave me that, I allowed him to stop and rest for a few minutes. And I think that with horses, rest is a reward. So if you just allow the horse to stop all the time when you're riding them and just let them kind of pick whatever speed they want to go at, the horse gets in their mind that, oh, I'm the one in control, I'm the leader, I can pick this and that and this. And so it has to be you dictating what you want the horse to do. When the horse has done a good job, because horses in nature are pretty lazy creatures, if you think about it, allowing them to rest is their reward. So don't just allow your horse to stop or walk really slowly unless they've listened and done something right. The next one is to not be predictable with your horse. What I mean by that is if you have a horse and every day you have the same routine, you bring it in from the field, you tack it up, you ride it in the arena, you do 1 lap each direction on the wall, you change direction, then you trot on the wall, and then you change direction, you trot on the other wall, then you dismount at the same spot in the arena, and the horse is done for the day. You are being too predictable. We always want to keep our horses on their toes, so they are listening to us and they are using the thinking side of their brain versus the reactive side, and we don't want our horse to be making assumptions about what we want them to do. You have a horse that's just assuming everything because your routine is so predictable. The horse is not truly paying attention, and so how you can get them to change and pay attention more is by changing up what you do with them. So for me, I might bring my horse out and I might work him in the round pen, do some groundwork, and then he's done for the day. Maybe the next day, I might bring him out, brush him, tack him up, bring him into the arena, sit on him for like 3 minutes, dismount, and then be done. And then the next day, we might go on a trail ride. And then maybe the day after that, I'll just take him for a walk around the property. The idea is that you want your horse to be on their toes. You want them, please stop trying to knock over the tripod. You want them to not know what's coming next. It leads to a horse that is not becoming sour at their job and also makes the horse think better. Another one is to allow horses to be horses. Allow your horse to simply be a horse. Allow them to go out, play in a field, be with other horses, get dirty, have fun, allow them to have rest days, allow them to get dirty. Don't try to micromanage their entire lives because we already do that a lot. I think it's really important to allow horses to just be horses frequently, and they need that, and they love being horses because that's what they're supposed to do. The last one on my list is something that I try to practice all the time in my life in general, and it's always pay attention to your gut. There's been a lot of times where I've had a gut reaction to something and I've made excuses and said, oh, maybe I'm overthinking it, I'll just try it once, etc. And it's never ended well for me. Everything from purchasing horses to riding a horse that I felt like was dangerous, etc. Always listen to your gut, because when I have listened to my gut, I've made some incredible decisions and have had some incredible things happen to me. A good example of this is I bought both Gunner and Gemini off of listening to my gut, and those two decisions I made to purchase them were some of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. And there's way more than just that, but always listen to your gut. Your gut will tell you whether something is right, whether you should do something or not, and don't make excuses for how you're truly feeling about something. And that applies to everything. Buying horses, working with horses, riding horses, listen to your gut. So that is the end of my list. If you did enjoy this video, and if you would like to share some horsemanship practices and beliefs that are at the root of what you do with horses, I would love to hear them. Make sure that you leave me a comment below and that you like this video and subscribe for more videos like this and this little baby and that baby. We'll see you in the next video. Bye!